What's up, Tube Tube? Alright, I'll just give people some time. Pretty early tonight. Got a bit of an echo. Alright. Tonight we're going to play a game called Please Fix My Blaster. This is a game where people from all over Australia send me their broken blasters and I get to work out what's wrong with it. So on the table tonight we have nice looking Scar version 2 by the looks of it. Custom black paintwork, looks good, and looks kicking back in the sun. Good to hear, John. Looks good in the black paintwork. Let's see what's wrong with this one. Kicking back. I wish I was kicking back, kinda. But nothing's better than fixing blasters, is it? Won't need that. I'm a bit disappointed with the result from the M4SS, the smoke show. I was hoping that 11 volts would be all right, but I guess not. It was me or Boom Beach. Sounds like the life, John. When that's my biggest decision of the day, that's when I know I've made it. Do I watch Le Guido's Chop Shop or do I play Boom Beach? Alright, so again, blaster with unknown history. There was a nice little blurb provided with this blaster. I did read it. A rear sight. That's a cool thing to have on a Scar, because no one seems to have a rear sight on a Scar, because for reasons I don't understand, they don't come with one. Alright, stock off. Don't need that. It was a pretty nice day. I got to go outside today and do some playing. All right. Got 12 people in here. First time watching the stream. Hey, that's cool. That's new. There's a hex head in here. What's that doing? That caught me by surprise. I was not expecting that. I am probably going to have to have dinner at some point, so I don't know how. Hey, hello, Alex from the USA. I'm surprised you bother watching my stuff from the USA because you guys can get airsoft, right? We can't, so we're stuck with this. Not really sure what's going on here, but there's a small hex head screw just sort of chilling there. That's not standard. I ordered one. Obviously, I haven't received it yet, though. I will. Oh, right. Electric skateboard. Right. Oh, yeah. I do that. I do still do the electric skateboards. I just got a message, so I have to mute my phone. All right. So yeah, let's still do the electric skateboard thing. It was just like it's big in the States and it's not so big here in Australia. And if I was going to do anything useful with electric skateboards, I'd pretty much have to be in the States. And yeah, so I was kind of in the wrong time zone for that sort of thing. But I still do like the skateboards, and I still do make skateboard videos and stuff every now and then. The other thing is the electric skateboards are expensive. Like, you think this is expensive? Jeez, electric skateboards are ridiculously expensive. But I mean, these things are not too far off from electric skateboards anyway, because you've got a battery, you've got a motor, and you've got gears. The only difference is that these use it to fling little balls, and skateboards are used to ride around. One of the annoying features of the Scar is that little screwdriver, that little screw that lives down in there. Need a tiny skinny screwdriver to get down in there, but it's not a tiny skinny screwdriver screw. It's still a number 1 Phillips, but it's just down in a tiny hole. This Scar is suffering from the plague of all Scars, and that is stripped plastic self-tapping screws. And that's pretty much how they all are. Someone was asking me about my Scar. It's still there. I haven't had any time to do any work on my own stuff. That's how it is, right? Should I add a hop up? Yes, you should. Alright. Here's some creative stuff going on in this gearbox. I mean, in this shell, I should say. There's some glue. Alright. On the side. Now, this looks like some quality gear in here. Like, obviously a good nylon gearbox in there. You can see it's got ball bearings. I'm not a fan of the fact that they're exposed because I like shielded bearings. That could be a personal preference, I don't know. But just where's the DIY? Is that the DIY 128 Scar? No, this is a Scar Jingming Gen 8 V2. It's just got a black paint job. Alright. This looks like some good quality gear here. Like, I wonder what's wrong with it. The mag terminals are interesting. Aluminium barrel. Blue Chi-Hai motor. Now, I'm not really sure what's going on here. There's two sets of mag terminals here. There's two mag terminals here, which appear to be wired backwards for a start. And then these other terminals are just chilling in there. These are M4A1 terminals, and these are the Scar terminals. So that's gonna have to change. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed about, have you seen these aftermarket wiring kits that everyone seems to have these days with this red wire and silver wire? I've noticed that a lot of the time, most of the time the red is positive, but I have noticed, like I saw one where the red was actually the silver. I mean the positive was the silver, which is concerning. It just confuses people. Oh, how about that? How about that? Speak of the devil, look at this. So this is how a wire is supposed to be. So you see, I think these are called JST connector. There is a little lever on top here to release. So if you look at the lever, the red is on the left. And here, you look at this lever, the red is on the right. So, despite being red in color, this is the negative wire. And that's because China. Because they have no standards. So, keeping in mind that red is negative, this part is wired correctly. This part is not. So that should be the negative of the mag prime, and that's connected to the positive. Wait, hang on. This is the wrong. Okay, so this right. Yep, things are messed up in the wiring department here. I'm assuming this gearbox is in good condition, but the wiring's just a bit off. So, interestingly enough, the owner of said blaster has taken the time to wire wrap these here with the Twistex, and I like that because that just shows someone actually cares about what they're doing, as opposed to just jamming wires in, which is what most of everyone else does. That's what they do at the factory as well. It's interesting, this whole like red, because like I had one that was backwards, and then I had another one last night that I was playing with that was actually correct, and I was just expecting it to be backwards because most of the other ones I've had are backwards, and then that one was correct, so that confused me. All right, well, the main complaint in this one, John, was about electronics and wiring. So suffice to say that it just needs to be wired up correctly. All this should be good to go, except I'm going to change these terminals to those terminals, and yeah, and I'm probably going to change this I don't know what happened here. This is obviously in manufacturing, I guess. Maybe not. But this is the little silicon insulator that's supposed to sit over this spade. But it's on one wire. It needs to be on both in order to slide on that. Anyway. I think probably the best thing for this is for me to get my soldering iron over here. Bear with me. Chinese parts, always quality controlled, always. And when I say always, I mean never. Or something. Or they are quality controlled somewhere. Maybe. All right. Start again and get the color right. I'd like to. The only problem is these pins are crimped in here, and I don't have the de-pinning tool to get them out and swap them around. At the end of the day, it is just a color. It's not going to affect the function if they are the wrong color. It just upsets me a little bit, but I can get over it. Once this is back together, no one's really going to see inside it anyway. The other thing I could potentially do is just pull out all the wiring and change it to something else. Yeah, I mean that's plausible. I don't know. I'll just work with what I've got here, fix it up, get it singing again. Alright, so incidentally, this should be the negative terminal of the mag terminals. It's really long. I don't know why these aftermarket wiring kits are so long. Probably only needs to be about that long, to be honest. I guess maybe they make them somewhat in mind for the things like the UMP as well. The UMP requires a longer mag terminal. Yeah, I mean once it's connected up, no one's ever really going to get it wrong, because you can only go one way. But it'll annoy me and you only, probably. Little bits of tape around the place here as well. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. A bit of tape here, a bit of tape there. Might just check what's going on there. Looks like it's relieving some pressure points by the looks of it. Yeah. Just there for being there, for relieving some pressure. No actual breaks in the insulation, so that's okay. I think I see what's going on here as well. There is a secondary problem. There's a secondary problem in that the little tabs that hold the terminal in place, they're gone. That's kind of sad. Do you ever blow on your solder joint? Do you ever like do your solder joint and then blow on it like it's going to do something? Because I do it all the time. So this mag terminal should live in there. That's where it's supposed to live. There is also supposed to be a little piece over the top that that holds it in, but I guess we'll be getting some hot glue in there. Fire up the trusty steed. Alright, then there's this. Now, I'm quite positive that that was attached to this 2 minutes ago. Maybe that's half the problem. Oh, you see that? The terminal just comes off. Alright, so I have to put that one back on. I'll put this little silicon thing on first. Because as I often say, it's bloody hard to put on afterwards. Alright, where are we? Can't understand what you think about the boss is good or bad. Kuro-sama. Is that how I pronounce it? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Look, I got a general rule which is don't get your hopes up about any plastic bolt action blaster, because I reckon they're not that crash hot. It's just me. All right. I'm going to apply solder to this crimp because the crimp didn't seem to be doing too good. Ump 45, 12-1, black, chia. Sounds like Ghost of Future something, Christmas Future. The Ghost of Christmas Future. That UMP 45. All right. You know what I like about Gen 8s as opposed to Gen 9s? Because it's all assembled like this, I can just hook a battery up to it and I can test it like that. I don't have to reassemble it to test it. That's what I like about Gen 8s. Spring upgrades possible on a stock Gen 8 gearbox. Of course they are. You can upgrade to whatever you like. Alright, so remembering that red is negative and clear is positive, this one's going to go there. Gen 8 the world. I got a tar today. I'm going to Gen 8 that. Gen 8 the tar. Ta! So that's going to end up with a Gen 8 in it. That should be fun. Someone was saying on Facebook today that they had a Gen 8 with a 1.3mm spring and the motor couldn't wind it back. And they had an 11-volt battery. I'm smelling something wrong with that. I've run up to 1.4 in a standard Gen 8 gearbox without too much issue. I know that some people don't like hot glue because it's a little bit messy, but it does the job so well. Like, I hear ya, it is a bit messy, and I don't know, it is what it is. I like it. It's handy. Handy for so many reasons. Alright, so that's the positive, this is the negative. Oh, I still can't get my head around the fact that the negative is red and that the positive is not red. But that is how it is. Any downside to hot glue when you hot glue something that you didn't originally intend to hot glue? Alright. Alright, so this is that, and that is this. And I'm gonna do this little thing again because that was cool. Wrap these wires up like that. Not a huge fan of wrapping bundles of wires, but you know, if it keeps it neat, it keeps it neat. Alright, so I think we got to test this now by means of a battery and something or other. Now, I'm assuming that everything's all good in this gearbox. Again, unknown history, unknown blaster. Plug the battery in and there's no smoke, so that's a good start. Right. Woohoo! She sings. Alright, suppose we should whack it back together and like chrono it or something, right? What's this? What does the O-ring do? Does it prevent air leak in the O-ring's biggest improvement? O-rings are pretty good. O-rings are definitely pretty good. I'll give you that. But I think that hello. Alright, I'm gonna whack this back together and then I will call it for now. This is going to be one of those things where it's a real pain because all the screws are stripped, but we'll see how we go. Put this bottom half off. Seems to be glued. Is it glued? Or is it just the paint? The paint that's holding it on. That's just the paint. Ah, there we go. Alright. Okay. It goes that way. Nope, goes that way. Alright, we'll pop the screw back in there. God knows why I took it out in the first place. Thought that it was some sort of thing that I'd have to do, but didn't end up getting there. Alright. She looks good so far. Now this is going to need probably a number of replacement screws and things, but I'll do that once I've finished the live stream. For now, I'll just get enough in it to get it together, and make sure that the front end of it is nice and tightly closed. And then chrono. Where's the Magpie mice? Yeah, that's a good question. DSB27674 Life. Where are the Magpie mice? Not there, evidently. Whoever did the original upgrade on this gearbox has obviously purchased the M4A1 gearbox and wiring. So the M4A1 doesn't have Magpie wires. So now this doesn't either. It's pretty much how it goes. So yeah, a lot of the time when you buy an upgraded gearbox, it's an M4, and it's worth noting. I don't know if the safety works on this either. Probably not. I'm going to say that's what I'm going to assume. It's worth noting that if you do buy a aftermarket gearbox, it's usually an M4 one, and it usually has an M4 safety. So if I was to grab a Gen 8 gearbox from somewhere, here, the safety here is a M4 safety. That won't work in a Scar. So I'm gathering the safety on this one doesn't work. So most people just actually omit the safety altogether, just leave it no safety. However, you can modify them. Here's one that I've modified. That will work on a Scar. So take note, M4 safety, Scar safety. Yeah, because the Scar one is like, this is an M4 safety that I've actually heated and bent. Basically, I've heated it up and molded it so that it's the correct angle for the Scar. But the M4 has this, and the Scar actually comes up at a much sharper angle, hence why this is bent like this. Yeah, so you can actually use that one and melt it and whatever. But a lot of people just completely omit it altogether. All right. And that's worth noting as well. These terminals, these are the M4 terminals. The Scar ones, like that. They're different to fit in the Scar. Yeah, so pay attention when you're ordering things online. More often than not, you are actually, if you're buying a Gen 8, you're buying an M4. Gen 8, that's generally how it is. I mean, you can order the Scar ones. Incidentally, I ordered a couple of Scar specific gearboxes, and they came. One of them came Scar, and the other one came M4. So yeah, even when you're paying close attention, sometimes they screw you anyway. So. I really just want to bang this together and chrono it just quickly so that I can go have some dinner. I might just do that, and then I'll sort it out later. But I'll get the mag well screw sorted, so I can pop a mag in it and chrono it. But I'll have to eat. Maybe I am not going to be able to do that. So something's not playing on the other side of the blaster. The part that I never took apart. Oh, it does have a safety on it. And incidentally, it just fell off. Like that. That's totally not what I was expecting. Oh well, at least you can see that's a proper SCAR safety, and that's a M4 safety. What's more interesting is that it just fell off. It's supposed to be screwed into the gearbox. Right, okay, I'll just pop it back in. It's quite funny that I was actually talking about the safety and just assuming it didn't have one. But it does, it's just fallen off. Because it wasn't attached with anything. Alright, so always switch it to auto when you're putting it back together. Just makes it easier. Alright, let's try that again with the safety intact. Alright. I'm going to chrono this with a limited edition Le Guido's Chop Shop extended mag. Because I can. Yeah, just saying. Get these because they're awesome. Oh yeah, what I didn't show you is that you can pop this and then it's an extended mag. Better capacity. Yes, I still have mags. I still have them. They're limited, but I still have them. Alright, let's just quickly get this thing on the chrono. Wow, that is fast. Whoa. that is fast, but not feeding. Why is that not feeding now? Right. So we're getting voltage. Getting voltage at the mag terminals. Maybe it doesn't like my mag. Had a mag prime on it, I'd be able to test the mag separately. But I don't. All right. I've got a feeling that because of the weird inverted colors of this particular wiring, that I might have got the mag terminals arse about. Perhaps, which is easy enough to swap. I'll swap that in a minute. I gotta go have dinner, guys. I am going to stop the stream, I'm going to have dinner, and then I'll start another stream in an hour or so, all right? And we'll continue, pick up where we left off. All right, catch you then, guys.